Money absolutely buys happiness, 100%. And anybody who says anything contrary to my belief is absolutely wrong, 100%. And I have more than enough proof to show for this. And even if I didn't have any proof, it wouldn't fucking matter. But, you know, I'm 100% right about this. And I'm going to explain why. So, before I get started, any of you, new to my channel, etc., my name is Aditya. I'm 19 years old, and I've been running my own personal online businesses for the last year and a half at this point. I started when I was 18 and half, I want to say, 18 and a half, second semester of high school, and I started my first ever business. Ever since then, and my entire business story, etc., you can kind of go look at. It's on my YouTube channel. Um, all this stuff I kind of documented to an extent. It's on Instagram, YouTube. I started in the agency niche, and now I have multiple different businesses, some in person, some online, some in different countries. And it's safe to say I've made a good bit of money online. I don't want to go into specific finances, but let's just say it's enough to kind of really ease off the brakes and I guess even retire if I wanted to, right? And all this proof, just go look at my previous YouTube channels or do whatever you want to do, but that's it's all there. Um, Payment notifications, screenshots, like refreshing my screen to show my income, all this stuff. But anyway, with that being said, um, what leads me to this video of money buys happiness? Extremely simple. So, why do I say money buys happiness? It's extremely simple because it literally does. There's no reason why money doesn't buy happiness. It buys happiness simply because the stuff you want to do and you want to have fun doing will always require to have money. Always. You need to have money to be able to do the stuff that you want to be able to do. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do what you want to do without money. It's impossible. For example, um, you cannot go travel all of Europe if you don't have money. It's impossible. You can't, even if you were to do the super cheap option of staying in hostels. And by the way, it's like when you guys go to YouTube and you see these traveling Switzerland with my friends uh, in our 20s, and it's like this panoramic camera. It's a super, like, a bunch of broke guys who are in their 20s, like late teens, traveling Switzerland, like insane camera footage, whatever. Number one, it's a company kind of sponsoring them to do that with the camera footage. And number two, they're living like in the most shit fucking format ever. They're staying in these things called hostels, right? Hostels are essentially like these rooms, which it's like a room with like five beds, and you can book this by yourself. Let's say you're going to Switzerland tomorrow, and you don't have the money to like book a nice proper Airbnb for yourself with a proper view of the mountains, the valley. For example, Lauterbrunnen Valley, a very common, popular, probably the most popular place in Switzerland, Lauterbrunnen Valley. Um, or I'm forgetting the exact, like, it's the, I don't know if it's the Valley of Lauterbrunnen or just Lauterbrunnen, like that place, but if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. Um, that's probably the most common place, right? The waterfall, the cows. I mean, there's cows everywhere, but you see that on like postcards and stuff. A typical Airbnb there, that's with a really nice view, really good. Like, you open your back balcony and you see like a mountain that's super high up. I mean, bare minimum, it's gonna be like in that specific area, maybe 300, 400, 500 a night. Pretty basic pricing, nothing too much. I wouldn't blink an eye. I would just book it immediately. That's a good pricing for that area. Actually, you're lucky it's that low. But these other people who are cheap and they want to travel to these countries, they're gonna book this thing called a hostel. Now, a hostel is a room, a single room, maybe like as big as my room here. No, actually smaller than this room. And my room is not that big, by the way, guys. I don't have a massive room here. It's like a room with five or like six bunk bed formations, okay? Like a bed and bed on top with random people you don't know. You're going to be sharing that room. You have like a little, spot to put your backpack in. Look at, I've never been to these fucking shitty hostels in my life. I never planned to go either. I've seen this on YouTube though. There's like a spot for you to put your backpack, apparently, like a little locker or something. I don't know how it works. I've never fucking been, but you guys can get the gist. It's like a bunk bed setup, and these things are like $1, $2, $3 a night, $10 a night. Super cheap, right? Very cheap. In Switzerland, I assume it's probably more expensive, maybe like 20, $30 a night. Um, in any case, it's like these places are extremely retarded. You could get fucking stabbed in the middle of the night. You could have your money stolen. You could have some fucking weird creep in your like some absolute faggot. What if you have like a dude who's legitimately gay in your like dorm? You're fucked. It's literally over for you. Like, yeah, I know if you get like assaulted in the middle of the night, you're gonna do what you got to do to defend yourself. Of course, like don't fucking sit there, right? Like, come on, this is common sense. But why would you want to deal with a fucking faggot touching you in the first place? Why do you want a gay person in your vicinity? Like, I don't want gay people around me. I don't want them around me. You know, um, you're literally paying $10 a night for a place to sleep essentially. So what these people do, they travel Switzerland like, oh, I'm with my friends. You know, it's the experience that matters. But you're fucking broke. Are you really having that much fun? They're not. These people you see on YouTube dropping these vlogs, they're doing this by the way, to appeal to the buddies, to appeal to the humble pussies of the world, right? They're doing this to make, quite frankly, majority of my viewers actually are not buddies. A lot of the people who watch me, I have respect for because they understand I'm making these videos in like the long term goal to eventually maybe sell a paid product of some sort, like a community, a school community. Maybe I don't know, I sell like a business course in the future because I have a pretty good business acumen at this point. I've done coaching in the past. I don't have anything to sell you right now, by the way. I don't coach right now. Um, but in the past, I've ran a coaching program with over 50 guys who I helped hit 10K a month with an agency, right? Um, all of this is very, very well documented. I have a lot of these videos privated, by the way, but maybe one day I'll unprivate a lot. But I'm an extremely good coach, especially in the agency space. I've produced more people in their 17 to 25 age range who make 10K per month than anybody else out there, hands down. Like legitimate 10K per month, retaining clients. These guys are like they're sharp as tacks, right? I'm pretty happy with the people I've helped along my way. Um, so with that being said, like what does this mean? The people who watch me understand. Maybe in the future, I'm not making a fucking personal brand to be friends with you over the screen. If I see you in real life and I want to be friends with you, 100% let's do it. But if you're a cool guy, I don't discriminate, you know? Um, Unless you're, of course, like a fucking faggot, right? But I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care, like, what you look like unless you're actually like a midget. But, you know, abnormal, abnormal people aside, like, if you're like fucking 2 foot, if you, I don't know, are gay, um, if you have weird abnormalities, then I don't want to be friends with you. Like just straight up, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry, but I don't even know why the fuck I said that. I guess I'm just saying that so you, I don't get like I don't know. Uh, well, I mean, it's free speech on YouTube now. Like YouTube has become way more lax with all this stuff. That's why I'm able to say all this. Because Elon Musk, like with all this new stuff and everything, like YouTube has become more lax, so it's cool. You don't get banned for this shit nowadays. You would back in the day, but YouTube doesn't care anymore, which is why a lot of people are just like openly saying like uh, for example, like you can say faggot now. You could not have said that back in the day. You can say I don't want to be around gay people now. Nothing will happen to you. Back in the day, you couldn't have said it. Um, but anyway, it's like if you have weird abnormalities, I don't want to hang out with you. Raw truth. But if you're a normal guy, you got good interests, you got your head screwed on straight, you're like in your 17 to 25, 26, 27, 28 age range, um, dude, I'll if you ever see me in public, don't be a fucking retard and like approach me like while I'm doing something like important. If I'm like locked in, don't be gay. But I'm a pretty normal guy in person. Okay, I don't. You walk up, you're a normal guy. I'm open minded. You know, I'll make friends that way. But I'm not making this channel to speak to you in the camera, somebody who I don't know every single day for no reason. You know, this is a personal brand. People make personal brands to leverage it to sell something in the future, right? Maybe I don't sell something. But anyway, that's a whole side tangent of the people who watch me are not pussies. All this to loop back to kind of say, in the beginning of all this, I was speaking about the hostels, right? Those Switzerland hostels. Any country you go to, you can be in Southeast Asia, South America, Africa, Europe, um, North America, any of the Americas, right? Anywhere you are, there's gonna be hostels. Instead of booking Airbnbs or proper hotels, you can book these like bunk bed accommodation where you sleep with like six people in one room, where you can get fucking literally raped in the middle of the night, by a dude. If, holy fuck, like, um, I was gonna make a joke about, yeah, I can't even make that joke here. It's like that actually would get me screwed on YouTube, but, um, yeah, if you're into that like gay shit, number one, click off this channel. Like that's you're definitely in the wrong spot. And number two, like you got some shit to fix, you know. But that's a separate topic. You okay? So like you're gonna spend $10-$20 a night max to book like a six bunk bed, one bedroom accommodation where you could get fucking molested in the middle of the night. You could have your money stolen. You get your credit cards gone, your ID stolen, your passport. Holy fuck, your passport's gone. You're done. Um, maybe you have some clothes you really like. Maybe you have like a nice watch. Maybe you have. Well, if you have a nice watch, you're not gonna stay in a fucking hostel unless you're like one of those weirdos who spends all their money on nice things, but then can't afford other nice things. It's like there's people who will buy like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or like even a BMW M4. Like I have an M4, right? I'll just use that as an example. Um, by the way, funny story about my M4, which I'll touch on later in this video. It's actually why I'm recording this, but um, people will buy these cars and then they'll talk about some. Oh, I have to budget this month. I can't go out, guys. You guys go out without me. I'll join next time. You know. Oh, I can't. You know, be late on this payment, man. On this car payment. You guys go without me. I'll join next time. Or like they'll be in these cars, like these Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and these guys who are super broke and they can't afford these cars and they just buy them. Will say some bullshit like, you know, if you ask them, hey man, why don't you like really rev it? Why don't you really use the car how it's meant to be, you know, driven? And then they'll say, oh no, it uses the gas too much. I have to fill up gas too much. Motherfucker, why would you buy the car if you can't afford gas? Like on my car, for example, I have to use like the highest gas setting, like at every gas station, like 92 or 93. Sometimes I think it's 91. Um, that's just what the M4 takes, and it's like that runs me, especially in like the state I'm in, Washington State. Gas is not cheap. I don't live in like the Midwest or some deep southern state. I'm in a pretty blue state. Okay, like gas here is fucked. It's like $6 a gallon almost or something, but who cares? And every time I fill my car up like to a full tank, it's maybe 87, $90. Or like I fill it up when it gets to 20 miles, right? So it's like if I really filled it up like 0 to 100, it'd probably be $100. You know, full empty tank to like full max, $100. But I usually spend $90 like a tank, right? I do that once a week, maybe twice a week, but usually just once a week, right? Depends how like hard I drive the car. I don't even bat an eye. Like I bought the car to drive it how it's meant to be driven. I drove the car to experience the upshifts, the downshifts, the G force inside the car. Like holy fuck, that car pulls. Like if you have, by the way, if you have an M4, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you have any car that's like of that caliber, you know what I mean. Like those of you with like 911s, those of you with like R8s, Audi R8s, of course an R8, I think it's faster than M4. Of course, it's like a V10. I think it's a 5 liter V10 or something. I don't know the exact liter on it, but it's a V10. I actually when I was in Dubai, the R8's so fast. I'll tell you that the R8 it feels so fast. Like holy shit, it's faster than an M4 for sure. But those of you who have like 911s, R8s, even if you have like what other cars, if you have a C63 like a Mercedes, you know what I'm talking about to an extent. Those of you guys with fast cars, you know what I mean. Like you don't buy cars to drive them in like the most efficient comfort mode. You put it in Sports Plus, you put it in everything Sports Plus, transmission Sports Plus, traction control off. Like you drive it how it's meant to be driven. If you're not a bitch, I bought the car not worrying about anything. I literally went there, bought it cash. I don't care about it. I swipe my card happily, like not even happily, like happily is fucking gay. It's like I'm not smiling when I not snap, but swipe my card at the gas station. I just swipe it. I take my phone out, Apple Pay, like the little Apple, like reader, Apple Pay reader thing, swipe it. I don't even look at the price when the gas is done pumping. I looked like once or twice to like, see what the average was. I don't even care about these things because I can actually afford this. I can afford the lifestyle I'm wanting to live. I don't have to LARP it. All this to say, it's like there will be people who buy these super expensive cars, but then they don't drive them as hard as they're meant to be driven because they're gonna have to pay for gas faster. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Same with these people who go to Switzerland or they go to Austria, Italy, London, south of France, especially south of France. When I was in south of France, I balled out. I really got a really nice place to be, a really nice like Airbnb, overviewing the entire Mediterranean. I went to the best restaurants every day. I didn't go to any of the beach clubs because I'm not into clubbing, but If I wanted to, I could have, but that's kind of gay in my opinion. I don't. Clubs are so weird. Like you just stand there, like going like this, um, with some like pretty mid like shitty music. I literally get more hype when I'm playing COD, and I have like a rave music or like or like tactical, like kind of like that COD music, or like I'm listening to jazz, especially jazz is really good, or I listen to a couple rappers. Most rappers are pretty gay, but a couple I listen to is Yeet. Yeet's pretty good. Um, some of Drake's stuff is good. I think Drake is really zesty in general, like super weird guy. And if you guys know about conspiracies, like the owl, like the symbolism, like I don't need to get into this stuff, but um, there's no way I'm talking about that shit on YouTube. But you know what I mean, like Drake. Some songs definitely good. Travis Scott, I know he also has like weird demon like symbolism, whatever, but he has some good songs. Um, that Superheroes and Villains album by Metro. By the way, when I speak about music, guys, if I say some weird shit and I like don't sound educated, it's because I don't give a fuck about album drops. I don't know when fucking Iceman dropped. What even is Iceman? Like I've heard a lot of people talk about Iceman. I'm assuming it's like some super like new album or something. I don't know what Iceman is. Okay, if you want to comment what it is, why not? I don't. Yeah, why not? Okay, but yeah, I listen to some rap, and it's mostly just like kind of rave house, especially house music. I really bump house, um, house music, kind of that like beach vibe, um, like jazz. Like imagine that New York, like even New Orleans, like that old 1960s 70s jazz. Um, like if you guys know about music, like for example, who's that guy John Elton, like the trumpet player? I forgot or Armstrong. I don't know. I have to look through my entire like Spotify. I just have all this shit like liked and I did listen to it. But yeah, I'm a very like jazz heavy guy. A little bit of rap. Like I keep it pretty limited, because most of it is pretty fucking gay. But some songs I can excuse, like Sicko Mode. Sicko Mode's good. I mean, a lot of Travis Scott's like really classic songs are pretty good, but I'm not a huge rap guy. Okay, some stuff I can't excuse though. I'll have to excuse it. Like Travis Scott, I gotta listen to some of his songs. Like the songs during quarantine, like Goosebumps, Highest in the Room, everything Travis had. Like I mean, he of course dropped some that way before Butterfly Effect. All these things, like these are good songs. I'll listen to them, but anyway, long story to get my point, I don't need to go to a fucking club to have fun. I can have fun in my room. I can have fun playing COD with my friends. I can have fun playing Valorant with my friends. I can have fun playing Fortnite with my friends. Um, I can have fun doing literally anything I want whenever I want in my room, or like just hang out with my friends in like a different country. Oh, all right, let's all go to Dubai. Boom, let's go to Dubai tomorrow. I'm sitting in flight, land in Dubai. I have a G wagon waiting for me because I already rented it. I have a car connection guy in Dubai. I can literally text like right now, and I can say, hey man, do you have a Brabus G63 ready to go? Um, so a Mercedes AMG G63, for those of you who don't know, is a G wagon. It's the G class. Um, hey man, do you have a Brabus G wagon? Can I see the spec on it? Okay, cool. Gray, outside, blue interior. Okay, reserve it for me. Send me the payment link. I think they sent some payment link of like, uh, is it? I forgot the exact like, brand of the payment link, but whatever. Payment link comes in, send it. I drop it in the airport, literally like outside, kind of, because the Dubai airport you kind of have to like go in to see a little bit. Get dropped off. I get in the G wagon. Boom. Meet up with my friends. Probably Kana Cafe or something, or downtown Dubai, anywhere in that area. Dubai Mall, because Dubai Mall like stays open till 1 a.m. right or whatever. Boom, hang out. That's it. I can go hang out just that easily. Or what's a new location? South of France. Boom. Let's go to Cannes. Let's go to Nice, wherever. London. Okay, London. Morocco. Morocco. Let's go. You get my point. That's how I roll. I don't go to clubs to fucking go up and down, reserve a table, seem like I'm important at a table. Like that's the most shitty dynamic. Like club dynamics are so gay. Um, thank God I saw it and got out of it. Like the London, especially the pubs in London, for absolute pussies. That's where like the 9 to 5 people go after they finish, um, their little slave like cubicle like type of job. Like it's so depressing. I don't even understand how that shit is fun. I cannot be the only guy who thinks this way. I'm not the odd one out. I guarantee I'm not the odd one out. And if I am, you know what? Even then, that's fine because let me turn this back on. Even then, it's fine because who gives a fuck? Like my life is up here, and those guys who, you know, run these stupid pub. They call it pubbing or like pub crawling. Like Anyway, um, fucking retards. But you get my point. You don't need to go to clubs to have fun. But anyway, all this to say, when I go to a place, I really have fun in that spot. I don't think about money because I don't have to, number one, and I don't want to. Why would I want to think about money? But it's easier said than done because I have the luxury not to think about it because I've grinded so hard to put myself in a position where money doesn't matter for anything I do in my life anymore. You know what I mean? Like speaking of money, like actually I'll put that at the end, but um, all this to say, like when you're gonna have real fun and be able to have it. And if you're not in a position to have real fun, then don't do it because these people on YouTube who drop these like Switzerland with the boys at 20, breathtaking trip, and it's like a panoramic camera and they seem like they're having fun. You guys are only seeing the best parts of their shots. You don't see when they're sleeping in that fucking shitty like hostel bunk bedroom with the six random people they don't know. Um, or you don't see when they get fucking molested by some old dude in like the in the bunk bed area. Like you guys don't see when they fucking are going to this. So in Switzerland there's a place called what's the restaurant, not the restaurant, the Coop, Coop, right? It's, or like Aldi's, whatever. There's these grocery stores, right? Like they literally go and eat like the lunchable equivalents, like cheese sticks, like these shitty. When you're in Switzerland, have some good fondue, have some Switzerland is a blend of Italian, French, and German culture. Like it's a blend of all three. Different parts of the country actually speak all three languages. So there are literally some places in Switzerland with, of course, French names, some German names, a lot of German names. Actually, German is like the main, um, I guess, people group in Switzerland. They speak German there, but it's Swiss German. It's not High German. High German is the standard German they speak in Germany. Swiss German is a bit different. It's a bit, honestly, very different. They speak Italian in different parts of Switzerland as well, kind of like bordering Como and all that. Architecture is very different. It's a very cool country, right? Now, all this to say, this is only one of the many countries I've been to where I've had a blast. Every country I go to, I live it up to the max. And this is without clubbing, by the way. You don't need to club to have fun. I don't even know how that shit is fun. Um, but you get my point. It's like, with all this to say, these people who like market these stupid lives, they're only doing it to like get a population of subscribers, who are buddies. Like these people who are kind of like them, they relate to them. Like, oh, yeah. He's just like me. He can't afford it, but he's making it happen. I don't care for those people, because if you can't afford it, you can't. You shouldn't like. How is that even worth the trip? You need to pause, figure your life out, and figure out what you need to do to make the money to go and have an actual successful trip, like without any sort of stupid oh, how much money is this going to be? You should never pull your phone out at any trip and calculate the expenses. Never. Um, Never. I've seen that joke like on the internet sometimes where it's like, oh, you're in south of France, and it's like, girlfriends will record their boyfriends doing this. Um, I saw this like trend like a long time ago, and it's like when you know when you're in south of France and you see the all the boys in the group like recording or not like calculating like the expenses on the calculator or something. It's like that is so terrible. Number one, how can you do that in front of a girl? Like if you're taking a girl out and you're in like a proper relationship, you shouldn't even be taking trips if you're like sitting there calculating shit and like really worrying about money. You need to do all this stuff when you deserve it, and you don't deserve to, you know, go on these trips and try to straggle your way out. Go and spend the money happily. Don't count it like so, like a fucking goblin. Go spend it. Fucking hell. Um, all this to say, like, you need to realize, don't ever fall into this humble pussy like, weird. Oh, I'm gonna go. Money doesn't buy happiness, but I can make things happen. No, money absolutely buys happiness, and these people who show you these lives where they're like, oh, you don't need a lot of money to have fun. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. I know how they're behind the scenes. I've spoke to these people. They're fucking miserable. They're broke. They're miserable. You only see the highlights in their lives. So don't ever take anybody's Instagram, any of this shit like legitimate until you spoke to them. You've had a conversation, or you know their speaking patterns, or you know the way in which they can communicate. Because a way, or the ways in which people communicate or an individual communicates will tell you a lot about the experiences they've had and how the experiences they've had have shaped them. Okay? Somebody who is literally broke and is going to travel Europe as and like a backpacking it, and like sleeping in these shitty dorms or like these hostels, it's gonna show in their character. Because what does it take to get rich? Unless you're a trust fund like fucking retard, um, because then if your money's handed to you, it means nothing. It literally means nothing. It doesn't build character in the slightest. But if you make your own money and you get to the point where you're actually balling on your own, that character will be shown so easily. Like you can tell when somebody's speaking to you and they've done it all. They've seen a lot of stuff. They're pretty experienced. They're pretty seasoned. They've seen a lot of different cultures. They're really well spoken. Another really good important thing is fashion sense. If somebody's dressing like a fucking hooligan, um, that's a pretty big tell of like what type of person they are. I think dressing goes a long way, like fashion, not in a gay way, like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, like shirts, like those shirts that have Gucci all around. Like you're retarded if you wear that. You deserve to like be labeled as a hooligan. Um, anyway, all this to say, be very careful with the people who say money doesn't matter and like, oh, you can make it in life without money, because it really does. You don't want to be in a position where you're thinking about money when you're traveling or any of this stuff. You want to do it freely. So I recommend grind first, get everything in place, and only when you're comfortable with spending like 5K on a trip without thinking about it, go do it then. Okay, go do it. Sometimes it may be a little tight. You have 20K in your bank, you want to spend 5K, but commit to the 5K. Okay, don't cheap out. Oh, okay, but this ticket, like this economy flex saver on Expedia, but then if I use these points from a credit card I can open here through the mail, like what are you doing? Fix the root fucking problem. You don't have income coming in. You need to have a proper online business. That's the only way to make it nowadays. Unless you wanna, if you wanna be a doctor, lawyer, or any of that stuff, like if you want to do that, then by all means do it. But a lot of the people watching me don't want to do that bullshit. We want to take our laptops, make money from wherever, do what we want whenever, go wherever we want whenever. For example, like just a couple days ago, I had to go on not really an emergency trip, but it was just a couple days. Um, I literally just had to fly overnight to Dubai. Um, Not for like a fun sort of trip. I had to take care of some stuff there in person. I really couldn't do it online. And then I went to China. I'm not going to get into what I did in China. That can be inferred, what China is famous for in the online business space, etc. But I went there, took care of some stuff. I came back. Like, I did it. I'm not trying to brag or anything. This is not to like put people down, although I have a lot of fun putting people down. Um, but I booked the tickets. It was Emirates business class. Yeah, it was overnight, so it's kind of expensive, like to an extent. Like I'm not gonna say everything is cheap. Like you can be making a lot of money, but some things will still be expensive. Like I'm Indian, guys. I'm brown. Like my parents are immigrants. I'm always gonna have like this expensive, cheap, like give me a good deal mindset, right? But who cares? Like it doesn't matter to me. It's fine. It's completely fine. Like I'll book the tickets because it doesn't matter. I'll make the money back no matter what. Like within a couple of days, you know. Um, Sometimes within the same day. Um, so it's like you deserve to be in the trenches. You have to grind in a dark room like this. Stay in your fucking parents' house. Don't leave. Don't leave your fucking hometown trying to make things happen like a retard. When you have, for some people, actually, that works. I take it back a little bit. For some people, that really works. But you don't need to do it, in my opinion. Like, I made shit happen in this very fucking room. I grew up in this room. Um, I grew up here in this room. All this stuff, it's familiar to me. Um, these walls, like, of course, walls don't fucking see things. They're not living. But these walls have seen me since I was like, that sounds a bit like weird, but um, let's just put it this way. I've been in this room since I was as long as I can remember. Okay, that's what you need: a dark room, a laptop, a business model you can stick to. Don't have fucking shiny object syndrome. Stick to it and get to it. Make the money. You don't deserve to leave until you have the money saved up to the point where you can spend money on everything you want without thinking about it. When you can go on a trip without thinking about it, that's when you go on the trip. You don't go on a trip scrapping by, cheaping out. That's going to affect your psyche. Your subconscious is going to get fucked. You're going to be labeled internally as a cheap guy. Like, your mind is going to say, oh, we're the type of person who needs to look at deals. We're the type of person who needs to, go on DoorDash and get the free trial option to get this specific, you know, discount, but then cancel it so I can get a couple delivery fees off. Like that's the type of person I am. Like that's what you're telling yourself. You know what you could tell yourself? I'm the person who sits in a dark room, picks a model, grinds it, makes it happen. Because it can happen. I've seen retards make money. Fucking retards. So I don't know why you can't. Um, well, if you're retarded, you can, right? You need to have a certain level of IQ. I'm extremely blessed because I have a very, very high IQ. Um, I'm extremely also emotionally intelligent. That's like EQ and stuff. But anyway, that's a whole fucking separate topic. But you get my point. It's like some people are not as naturally blessed, and you know what? That's completely fine. It's okay as long as you're smart. Make it happen. You don't need to be as smart as me. Maybe some of you are smarter than me. Who the fuck knows? Really rare. I don't really. I haven't really seen many people who are smarter than me. Like seriously, I really haven't. Richer than me for sure, but that doesn't mean they're smarter. You know, there's money doesn't mean everything, although it means a lot of things. You know, don't get it twisted. But anyway, you deserve to stay in a dark room, grind all day, do the important tasks, make shit happen, make the money to buy the ticket, to then buy the Airbnb, to then do everything you want without any sense of um, oh, I need this deal. I need to get this credit card to uh, but bro, like I need to buy this credit card to negate these points on Alaska Airlines, but then I'll transfer 3 flight stop to Dubai or like 3 flight stop to Morocco, and I'll save $100 in the pattern. Or you can fucking make a business that will make you $100 without even thinking about it every hour of the day minimum. Like making $100 an hour is not that difficult in online business, guys. Like if I calculated my hours, I did this a very very long time ago, so the number's different. But it's like I don't even know the exact number, but I remember when I used to like I would label one of my hours as maybe because I don't work that much like at all. I do like high leverage tasks properly the first time. So when I'm working, it's really like the depth of the task is super heavy. So I don't have to work that much and I can make a lot of money. For example, in like an hour, I can make $6,000 because, or the 30 minutes, I can take a sales call, close a client for 6,000, and boom, I can close a client for 9,000. Boom, rev share, different things. Um, I can make a lot of money, right? But anyway, it's like it's not that difficult. You need to stop putting your mindset into how to save and put it into how to make so much money you don't ever think about how to save again. You don't beat life by being defensive and letting like the expenses um, like pushing them away. You beat life in terms of expenses by making so much the expenses get pushed away from you. Like it's like the expenses fear you in a sense, you know? Not to be cringe, but it's like you are the formidable force there. You are the reason the expenses go away. The expenses are not the reason they go away because when you're broke and you're trying to justify doing like big things, traveling, buying cars, buying watches, maybe buying something nice for your parents, whatever it may be, buying food a lot, um, doing whatever you want, right? You are playing defensive to match what the money, like the money's a ceiling, and you're doing whatever it takes to match that ceiling, or like you're doing whatever it takes to accommodate the money expense, right? Like for example, if you want to travel somewhere but you don't have the money, then you're doing whatever it takes to match what traveling that to that spot is demanding of you. But when you have a lot of money, you demand what the spot gives you. Because if I want to go somewhere, what do I want to what do I want to see? Where do I want to stay? For example, if I'm going to, London, do I want to stay in Canary Wharf, the financial district, super modern, super upscale, super like high end, or do I want to stay in Mayfair, the Soho area, like the real like middle of London, the kind of the typical London scene you see, like the architecture, all that stuff, the shops, the shopping. Where do I want to stay? Or do I want to stay in the countryside? Do I not even want to go to London? Do I want to get a super nice place in like St. Moritz, Switzerland? Where do I want to go? How do I want to fly there? Do I want to book a one-way business? Do I want to book a connecting business from there to there to South Africa? What if I want to go to South Africa after? Um, I get to demand what I want out of a place. I'm the one calling the shots because I am in a position to be able to do so. I'm not, going into this as like, oh, Switzerland or like whatever country I'm going, like, oh shoot, Tokyo's so expensive. Holy fuck! Like, what do I do here? How do I make this happen? No, What do I want to do in Tokyo? I want to go to Osaka. I want to go to Kyoto. I want to go to the main parts of Tokyo, like Shibuya, Shinjuku. I want to go to. There's a mountain I hiked. I think it was like Mount. Holy fuck! I'm gonna butcher like Ta Tageguchi or something. Um, I'm not one to butcher names usually, but I genuinely like don't want to butcher that name. But where do I want to go hike? Do I want to go to Hokkaido? Do I want to go to what's the Hawaii of Japan? What is it called? Um, fuck. It's the islands in Japan. It's like um, where the centenarians live. Like they eat like raw goat there. They eat raw fish, tons of raw goat fat, like raw chicken, sashimi. What are those islands called? No, there's no way I'm not gonna get this now. What up? Oh, Okinawa. How the fuck did I forget that? Um, but anyway, it's like, where do I want to go? What type of house do I want to stay in? Do I want to stay in one of those like super modern, like black, matte black, kind of brutalist houses? Do I want to stay in like the classic Japan, like sliding door, wooden floor, like mats on the ground? What do I want to do? But before I get to that point, it isn't handed to you guys. You know, life isn't fucking easy. I mean, it is, but like, there's steps to this. You need to put yourself in a position where you can then call the shots, but don't fall into the magic of money doesn't buy happiness. That's not true at all. Um, Literally, for example, like funny enough, this thing I'm wearing right here. This, by the way, my favorite store. If you guys haven't like clocked it already, my absolute favorite store to go shopping at. Well, shopping is a big like gay to say that's what fucking like women do, but my favorite store to go um, buy clothes, right, is gonna be Ralph Lauren, 100%. I have so many zip ups from there. This is like, I don't know if you guys can see the logo. It's pretty sick in my opinion. So my camera cut out. SD card got full, but what I was saying is that's my favorite store like out there, 100%. The aesthetic of Ralph Lauren, the story behind it, just the way the stores look, the way the I guess the employees treat you, and the heritage behind it, and like just the game of polo itself. It's all really nice. I really appreciate the aesthetic. But anyway, I went in today. Like, money doesn't buy happiness. I extremely love the brand. I extremely love everything about Ralph Lauren. Um, and money doesn't buy happiness, right? That's what people say. Like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Like, these things don't matter. Of course they fucking matter. Um, I walked in, got this, like I already explained. This was like 150 bucks, I think, 130 bucks. I got a bunch of shirts as well. I really like their shirts there. So I got this black one with this logo. I got the white one. I think, where's the logo on this? Yeah, the white one right here, blue logo. And then I got this like green color. This is super sick. Probably my favorite color out of the bunch. Um, Bear with me. Gotta fucking pull this up. Holy shit. Am I retarded? How can't I find the logo on this? Okay, but you guys get the point. It's like, yeah, holy fuck, I just couldn't see it, yeah. Um, Green one, blue logo on it, you know? These shirts, each of them, are literally like 110, 120 bucks or something. I have no idea, like, they must be or something like that. I don't exactly know, but, put this aside. But that's, you know what I mean, like, and this thing was like I already explained, I don't know, some $100. Like, I have the receipt right here, you know? I'm kind of curious what these actually cost. Um, oh, cool. Yeah, if you guys want to see, I mean, there's like raw proof. Whatever that is, like $508 or something. So that is not expensive for me at all. Like, I'm being dead serious. I did not know the price of this shit till I came home. I knew these were like, you know, in the hundreds, whatever, but that's typical like Ralph Lauren stuff. Um, that's what I mean. This stuff, it brings me extreme happiness. Extreme happiness. Um, I really like buying like stuff that adds to my aesthetic, like especially Ralph Lauren stuff, and then traveling. holy fuck, like I just explained, I went to Dubai and China recently. Like that was for kind of business reasons, but um, more so, it's like even when I'm there, I get to do the stuff I really want. Really nice, really fun. Um, I just get to do whatever I want whenever I want, and like the biggest thing is, I this is like where it gets really funny, but it's like it's kind of a rip, but it's also kind of funny. So in my car, the trunk, right? I was I went to the I went to the farmer market, and at the farmer market, they give you these like buckets with raw milk in it, and it's like you can kind of they close it with like a lid on top, and usually I think it's like shut, right? It's shut. I've done this many times. I take this bucket with the raw milk inside of it. I put it in the trunk of my car. I'm going on the highway back home, and um, I hear in the back like I can hear the bucket like just like hitting the walls of my trunk, and then I literally know like I'm fucked. Like the milk has gone everywhere. If by the way, if you guys know raw milk, you will understand that raw milk is not pasteurized. It has every single molecule of fat. It has a perfect balance of. It's a complete food, by the way. If you technically wanted to, you could only drink raw milk for the rest of your life, and you would never die. I mean, you'd die, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's a complete food. Has every single micro macronutrient for your like every part of your body to exist. Um, for example, the Mundari tribe in Africa, in South Sudan, they just drink raw milk. And by the way, they're massive. They're like 7 foot, 7 foot 1, insane bone density, um, really long living. Uh, that's the wrong way to say it. Really longevity filled life. Um, the Maasai tribe, they mix blood and milk. Now, I'm not advocating for blood, but um, you know, they do raw milk. At least they do raw milk, right? A lot of the populations that you see that do raw milk have extremely like long lifespans. But anyway, that's a separate topic. Um, that's for another day. But raw milk is really good for you, 100%. I've been on this wave, by the way, before it became a trend. I have had access to raw milk for the last 3.5 years about, I want to say. And the whole raw meat diet extremely changed my life. Raw meat, um, raw milk, all that stuff I've done for a long time now. So more to come on that in the future. But anyway, um, the milk got everywhere in the back seat of my car. And if you guys know anything about BMW M4s or any of that stuff, you'll know the car is really complicated. If a certain aspect of it gets fucked up, like you're in for a treat to fix it. So the milk literally started draining from underneath my car. That's how much it seeped into the trunk, into the trunk floor, like the carpet that's like lining the trunk, all around it in the trunk, and then into the battery underneath the trunk bed, and underneath that and out of the car. I was like screwed. Okay, so I called a detailer the next day. They sprayed a bunch of ozone on it, whatever. Like that ran me up like $700. Boom, paid him. It's fucking 3 weeks later and the smell's still there. It's still there. So earlier today, I went to a body shop, like a car body shop, and I explained to them the situation, whatever, and they told me they're gonna have to kind of unweld a lot of stuff, like remove the battery, rewire, um, get underneath the car, go really deep clean. That's gonna run me more money. Like I don't. I mean, it's a kind of a family friend kind of guy who owns the business, so it's not that bad. But um, it might run me like $500, $600 or something. But it's like this stuff doesn't matter to me. I'm willing to spend whatever I need to spend to get stuff done because I'm in a position to be able to do it. Money is literally buying my happiness. My happiness is to be able to drive a car that I like every day without any weird smell inside of it. Um, my happiness is to buy the clothes I want whenever I want them, to feel the way I want to feel, like to look the way I want to look. My happiness is traveling wherever I want, whenever I want, however I want to do it. Bottom line, happiness is freedom. And what gets you freedom? Money. If you don't have money, you don't have freedom. If you don't have freedom, you are a slave because you cannot do whatever you want whenever you want. And by definition, you're a slave then. So money unlocks everything. It gives you the ability to do whatever you want whenever you want to. So don't ever let any other fucking pussy, little modest, humble crab, these guys in the comments who leave like hate comments are like, oh, money's in everything. Have some humility, have some modesty. Like you're fucking retarded. You're miserable. You're actually miserable to leave those type of comments. You know what I mean? Um, But to be fair, I laugh at those comments. Like they actually are pretty funny to me. So please, if you're watching, you want to leave those comments, please do it. Those are the type of people who I explain. You need to have losers to have winners in life. So you can't get rid of them. Matter of fact, you guys, if you are a winner, you want those losers, and those are the guys like for those are the guys who like know what winning is really like. You know what I'm talking about. It's like when you're doing so well in life and you see like a loser trying to be a crab drag you down, you laugh at it because it's like it's so funny because they're down there like they failed the race, they're trying to pull you back down, but you're you're past that, you know. Separate topic, but it's fun to watch people fail. Genuinely, it's so funny to like it's a thing that brings me actually a bit of happiness. Um, but anyway, apart from that, I can laugh about that all I want later, but don't listen to these fucking faggots who tell you money doesn't matter. Money absolutely matters. Money is you can dictate somebody's life with money. You can pay somebody money to do a task for the rest of their life. That's what people do in 9 to 5s. Their lives get dictated by money, a paper currency. How funny is that? Something that's the same material as like a piece of paper um, dictates somebody's life. But it isn't the money that's dictating the life. It's the means to what the money means. You know, it's like what does the money actually refer to? Freedom. Like if we were back in pre-money time period, which never really existed, but if we were kind of like if society didn't have money, people would automatically have freedom to do whatever they wanted to do, but it would be the law of the jungle. It'd be kind of anarchy. People would be shooting each other up. It'd be the purge. So now we have money. That's a precursor. We have laws, money, whatever. You get enough money, you exist outside of the system. You play the system however you want to play it. I'm telling you, the stuff that I've seen, the stuff that I've done, the conversations that I've had, the people that are in my network right now, the legal people I have in my network, the people with the tiny hats, by the way, um, you know, the people that I have around me at this point because I have money and like the network, the support system I have, it's astounding. Like the power difference, like you guys need to get money. Like it's you need to have access to money. If you don't have it, you guys are genuinely done for. Because it buys every aspect of your happiness. Like if I didn't want to make money, I mean if money didn't matter and I could buy whatever I wanted for free, then fuck money. I wouldn't even try making it. But this is for those retards who don't understand my logic, like why money matters. Look, if things were fucking free, I would never worry about making money because I already have freedom because everything is fucking free to get. You make money and you make a lot of it to basically make everything free to get. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the light back on. You once you have enough money after like at least if you guys are at least making 30K a month, like really a lot of stuff becomes like easy to do, right? That's like the bare minimum I'd say you have to get to your 30K a month. After that, seriously, like everything becomes free. Everything. And I remember like way back in the day when I hit 30K a month, like holy fuck, that was long ago. That's a really good benchmark to start at. Like you hit that, you've entered the world. Like you're that's step one. You know, you got a long way to go, but um, good on you. Like you're doing really good. Um, but like I was saying, if everything is free, then there's no need to make money because freedom is already achieved because everything is free. But why do we make money? Because in this world that we live in, you can't control this. This is how it is. So you better get fucking used to it. Either play the game or get played by the game. Um, in the world we live in, you need to have money to have things basically be free. Because if you make a lot of money to the point where money is basically like a joke, everything becomes free to an extent. Because like you can just kind of tap your card whenever. Like I literally tap my card and I don't look at the price of food at the grocery store. Or if I'm going to a restaurant, like a 5-star restaurant, I'll expect that I'm gonna spend a lot of money. Like, okay, what is like a typical meal gonna be if I'm gonna have, you know, some sort of like a meat entree, whatever it is. Like you can think of any meat entree you want. Like maybe an appetizer, like a dessert. It's gonna probably be at a 5-star restaurant, $200-300 a person. And those of you guys who've been to 5-star restaurants, like you know what I'm talking about. You're nodding your heads, like yes, like um, that's completely understandable, man. I don't even like think. I go there and order what I want. It's free to me basically. It's literally free. Um, so realize that's what you have to do. Money absolutely buys happiness. If I didn't have money, I wouldn't be able to buy these clothes. I wouldn't be able to go to the countries I wanted to go to. I wouldn't have had the cultural experiences that I would have had at this age. I wouldn't have talked to the people I've spoken to. I wouldn't have or not spoken to, but I wouldn't have talked to the people that I've had conversations with. Um, I wouldn't have met the people that I've met. I wouldn't have the experiences, the knowledge, the wisdom. Um, there's so much to be grateful for because of money. So much. Um, and it's like my car would have been fucked if I didn't have money, because how else would I have paid the detailer to detail my car? To spray the ozone, the chemicals, like the vacuuming, all that stuff. How would I have gone to the body shop and got my car fixed, or like in the process of fixing, right? How would I have done all this stuff? How would I have done any of the things I've done? I wouldn't be able to, right? So it takes a level of maturity to stop being in that crab mindset of like, well, money's in everything. Stop saying money's everything. You know, be modest. Get off your high horse. Money's in everything. Be humble. Be like us. You know, we don't make money and money's in everything. You spiritual little fucking kumbaya pussies, like fucking retards. Um, money is everything. And if you don't believe that, fine. Please, by the way, leave your hate comments because it boosts the algorithm. It literally boosts like my YouTube channel. The last couple days has gained like 300 subscribers. I had like 850 or something, and now I have over 1.1k, almost 1.2k. Um, please, everything you're doing, guys, especially the guys who are supporting this, huge respect to you, mad respect. Keep it up. I really do appreciate it. But even the guys who are haters, I appreciate you as well, because, like I said, without losers, there are no winners in life. Without, ice, there is no fire. Or without, you know, I guess Pokemon terms, if you want to put it, there is no, there literally is no fire without water. Let's just say that, right? There is no one thing without the opposite, no black if there's no white. You get the point, right? Um, so please leave your comments because it boosts my algorithm, which I extremely am a fan of. And number two, I find your comments quite amusing. Like it's funny to watch. Like it's like the people who leave hate comments, I imagine them like there's like a hill, and like I'm already on top of the hill, and they're like putting their hands up to like grab up the hill and grab me back down, but I'm like so far back. Like what are you grabbing at? Like thin air? Like it's so funny to me. It's like imagine like a grasping like fucking hand, like grasping for air or something. It's like these guys are just so like fucked. Like get in the fucking game, man. Holy fuck. Um, but anyway, don't do anything until you've made a lot of money or you've had a consistent income stream, get fixed into your life, because do that first and then do everything else you want after, because then it's easy, um, my camera just keeps dying, like, or not dying, but the SD card keeps getting full. But I was just gonna say, yeah, guys, that's all from me today in terms of travels. I will drop like a sort of Kyrgyzstan travel like video, like a vlogish. I haven't made one of those in a long time. Um, I've just been keeping my travels to myself, but you know, I want people to see what the life can really be like in the future if you grind, and if I eventually like sell a paid product, etc. Um, I want people around who'd find the places that I've been to, the person I am, the aesthetic that I like, the aesthetic that I subscribe to, what I'm into, my personal interests, the person I am, how I act, my unfucking humble attitude, my like big dick like attitude. You know what I mean? Um, the way I just say things how they are. I want those type of people to be around my channel, and like what better way to do it than drop a Kyrgyzstan vlog that'll filter out all the fucking retards. um, Nothing against going to Dubai, like I really like Dubai, really cool place. um, Miami though, fuck Miami, I really hate Miami. Other parts of Florida though, really nice. I think Fort Lauderdale is really nice. um, I think the Keys, the Florida Keys, really cool. It's way down south. um, I think even Orlando's nice. Although there's a lot of people there, I wouldn't like feel safe around if you know the statistics. If you know what I mean. Um, or anywhere in the South U.S. if you know the statistics of the people I'm talking about. Not gonna say it, but you know what I mean. Um, but anyway, those places are pretty nice. Um, it could be anywhere. Like if you guys, my channel is meant for the young entrepreneur who is getting into business, already in business, or halfway through business, 17 to 25, maybe 17 to 28 age range max. Um, and you're just grinding, making it happen. You're into nature quite a bit. You're into like the esoteric knowledge, like raw meat. Or at least you're open to it. You actually know a thing or two about like the world and how it works at a deeper level, if you know what I mean. Um, You have your head screwed on straight. You have a bit of depth to yourself. You're not just like some empty minded fucking NPC. Um, you're capable of having intelligent, like high arching conversation. Um, and you're into some materialistic stuff in life. Like if you're into cars, all good by me. If you're into watches, all good by me. I'm into those stuff. I'm into those things as well. Um, like if you're into some materialistic stuff, fair enough. So am I. But it's like you could. It's like the person who, like for example, I really like Dubai. I go there quite a bit. Um, but I also really like nature. I go to Hawaii like a lot. Many months out of the year, I go to Hawaii. Um, for example, if you guys go back to my like old videos, I was in Hawaii for a long time. Like I was there for months. I was there for months last year, and many months this year as well. Many months. Um, if I really counted it, maybe a quarter of my year just gets spent in Hawaii, minimum. Um, Sometimes almost half. With the way this year is going, it might even be half. Um, so I can tap into the nature, esoteric side of things, but then I also have like a lot of traveling, like in different parts of the world, like just experiences. Um, I don't keep traveling, so it's like the person who's into travel, aesthetics. When I say aesthetic, I mean like niche. Your niche, you have depth. Um, you can understand stuff at a more sophisticated level. So basically, this channel is for just like high IQ, intelligent people, um, people who are into traveling, people who are into materialism, materialistic stuff, but also really into nature, esoteric knowledge like raw meat. Um, if you know about the different compounds and how you can't just, for example, for calcium to like build bone mass or something and like in your body or like make you taller. For the people who know that, you need to also have fat soluble vitamins to then transport the different K2 calcium or whatever to different parts of your body to then like build bone, like that level of esoteric knowledge. Holy shit, it keeps turning off. um, but it's for those guys. My channel is for like the young entrepreneur who's gonna retire in his 20s, early 20s, um, travels a bunch, young, making it happen, no excuses, high DHT mindset. You know that's what this channel's for, right? And that's it. You know, that's all for me, guys. Next trip you guys will see me in is in Kyrgyzstan. Um, I'm going there with a couple friends. I'm not going to speak too much about them. Maybe you'll see them on a video. I mean, I'll show them, but um, it's my vlog. You're going to mainly see me, right? That's who you're coming to watch on this YouTube channel. Um, but yeah, holy shit, a lot of good stuff to come. I got a lot of work to do tonight, though. It's 10:18 p.m. I have you can have fun in the daytime, whatever, but I am extremely a night owl. But I wake up really early as well. Like I don't need much sleep to operate, and I guess I have like some eye bags because of it. Whatever. But I feel fine. I'm living the founder lifestyle. That's just how it fucking is. I'm still grinding to this day, even though I've already explained my accolades. I don't need to keep doing this shit again. But I'm above everybody I basically speak to, and I'm still fucking grinding. So take a thing or two out of my book. I got a lot of stuff to take care of tonight, and hopefully that fucking BMW thing gets fixed. I need that milk smell to begin. It's like get out of the fucking car. Holy shit. Um, yeah, that was brutal, man. Holy fuck, what a fuck up. Um, but whatever. Now I just keep the milk in the front, on like the front seat, so there's no way it's gonna spill. But anyway, you live, you learn. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Um, but that's all from you guys. I got a shit ton of stuff to take care of. Gonna be a bit of a longer night, depending on how fast I do it. I say that, but I'm probably gonna play Call of Duty afterward anyway. Or something. I might like text a couple of friends, hop on like a game later or something. I don't know. Um, but yeah, that's all from me. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.